Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos. Now today I have for you a Red Eye Slash Dragon, and this is going to be the second video of the day. The video that, if you guys watched my Amazon video, was actually recorded a couple days ago, so I haven't recorded and you guys get a bonus video because of that. I'm using Red Eye Slash Dragon, which I'm having a lot of fun with. You guys saw my stream, you saw that I got I can't remember if I picked both of them up during the stream or if I got one afterwards, but I have two, so I decided to make a deck with it. It's a pretty all or nothing deck. You guys know whenever I'm using dual standby infusions, I usually go all out. So as you can see, very minimal protection. We have the 3 Sphere Kribos because our Red Eye Slash Dragons is gonna use up our spell and trap zones by equipping monsters from the graveyard, and you also need them for the Red Eye Spirit. So I'm running the Kribos instead of any other defensive engine. So the way I'm running this deck is I'm running basically 8 polymerization. We have 3 of the actual poly, 3 King of the Swamp, we have 2 elemental hero placements. So those are all polymerizations. We have 5 red eyes basically with the King of the Swamp and the Red Eyes Black Dragon. We have 4 dragons, we have 4 warriors, and all of that allows us to go into any of these fusions. We have Buster Blade the Dragon Destroyer, Meteor Black Dragon, and of course the most important one is going to be Red Eye Slash Dragon. But we also have Sky Galloping Gaia the Dragon Champion because I'm running 2 Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight. And this is really cool because if you have Swift equipped to your Red Eye Slash Dragon, right after they get rid of a 2800 threat, they have to deal with a 2300 threat. So it works pretty well. I have the Red Eyes Wyvern so that I have means to recycle my Red Eye Slash Dragon if it gets sent to the grave. Obviously the main one is Red Eye Spirit, but Wyvern can do it just as well. And that's pretty much it for the deck list. I think we can go ahead and get into this replays. As I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of Red Eye Slash Dragons already, you know, decks already, so no need to explain its effect, which is a really good one by the way. But here we got a Joey. I believe this was against 6 Samurai. Yeah, Fields of Warriors. They're going first. Oh, I'm going first, I'm sorry. And I decided to start with my Red Eye Slash Dragon since I have Red Eye's Insight to back it up, you know, in case it gets destroyed, because obviously I can't equip anything to it just yet because I can't attack with it. And I keep my Wyvern in hand. We see the full back row and we see Sanji. So I summon the Red Eyes Wyvern, equip my Swift Gaia. My Slash Dragon gets destroyed, but my Swift Gaia stays on the field. Just like I said, you don't really need to be afraid about attacking into back row, because if you have your Swift Gaia, it's a good replacement for your Slash Dragon. Plus in this instance I have the Red Eye Spirit. We see the Econ take here, and that's completely fine because even though he uses Powerful Rebirth, he doesn't have game. I don't know if he miscalculated or what his intentions were, but I get my Red Eye Slash Dragon back, equip the Gaia so he goes to 3000. We see a Powerful Rebirth. He tries to use Hand of the Six, but I can just negate that because it's an effect that targets. So I send my Gaia to the grave, and then they surrender. I was afraid actually that there was a second enemy controller coming out, and that's why he used Hand's effect to sort of bait out my negation, but nope, he just scoops. Now we got our Arcana. For some reason I faced so many Dark Magicians this morning. I want to say at least like 8 or 9 different variants, either using Arcana or Destiny Draw. Here we're going second. We don't have a great hand, but we have Insight, so that's an automatic Red Eyes on the field, and we have 2 ways of protecting it with the Sphere Kribo. I know that's pretty expensive, so sorry if I'm showing off the wallet a little bit in this build. We see him add the Dark Magician to the hand. Go for the Ancient Rules. Mausoleum And when I saw this card, I was like, oh nice, now I can summon my red eyes from the hand. And that pretty much gave me the win. Well, the Kuribohs gave me the win. I used Sphere Kuribohs on both the Dark Magicians. Activate my red eye spirit. Paid the 2000 life points, summon my red eyes. And as you can see in this duel, I didn't even have to fuse. The deck can, you know, at worst case scenario, it'll play like a red eyes deck. I pick up my Blazeman so I can show off my red eyes slash dragon. And hit him for 3000. Nice and easy. We get a Crawler next. A lot of Ancient Gears as well in the ladder. By the way, make sure to check out tomorrow's stream over on Twitch at 9 PM Central Standard Time. I'm gonna have a viewer tournament. It shouldn't be a long tournament. It's just 8 contestants, single elimination until we get to the finals. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But we see Ancient Gears full back row. I go for the Blazeman so I can search out my poly. Search out a second polymerization with one of my King of the Swamps. And I can actually go into both of my fusions. My Red Eyes slash dragon, using my King of the Swamp as a Red Eyes, and then my my Sky Gallopin, and then this happens. Pulse Mines, I'm like, okay, I just can't attack. Tragedy, my boys, tragedy. I literally spent all of my resources and all I have left is a Red Eye Spirit. But that's all I need. I use Red Eye Spirit on my Red Eye slash dragon, and since he already summoned, I can just go in defense mode. That way I don't fear the Econ take OTK. We see a second Pulse Mines, but this time at least I'm able to equip my Swift Gaia to the Red Eye slash dragon, and I was only afraid of a Ancient Gear Golem at this point. So I'm trying to finish him off before he can get to his Ancient Gear Golem. Use my Red Eyes Wyvern from the grave to summon another Red Eyes. And then we see the Sphere Kuriboh. I decide to attack the Sergeant Electro. Looking back, I probably should have gone for the Ancient Gear Knight, but I was afraid of something like Rare Metamorph. We see the Econ, I negate it. Get my poly. And then I go for a second Red Eye slash dragon. And this was kind of my insurance policy against Ancient Gear Golem. If I could get both of them at 3000, I was gonna be able to, you know, keep a monster on the field that could deal with Ancient Gear Golem. We see the Curse of Anubis, which is super unfortunate. Had I kept my vanilla Red Eyes, it would have been fine. And then he top decks the Ancient Gear Golem, so we couldn't escape him, unfortunately. But luckily he can only deal with one of my Red Eyes slash dragons. He destroys it. Now this play was very important. He destroys my 3200 Red Eye slash dragon, and at that point I could have summoned my Swift Gaia and my Elemental Hero Blazeman, but that wouldn't have taken me anywhere. So I just keep him on the graveyard. That way when my Red Eyes slash dragon attacks, I can equip another one. That'll give it another 200 boost, and it'll be just enough to get over that Ancient Gear Golem. And that was it. The final boss was defeated, and I got the win. Now we got a Thea Gardner. I had quite a few Gladiator Beast matchups, and they went relatively smooth. I can't actually remember if I lost to any of them. I'm pretty certain I won against most Gladiator Beast. There we see the Holy Guard, so we know that's what they're running.
Duel.
2 back rows and a Dimakari. Unfortunately for me, I don't have a warrior. And this is where I would actually consider taking out one King of the Swamp for another Blazeman, just so you have that extra warrior. But you know, it's personal preference. We see the Murmillo destroy my Red Eyes Wyvern, which is fine, and then he goes into a Dimakari yet again. I thought it was weird that he let me keep my Red Eye Spirit. So I used the Red Eye Spirit here, destroy the Murmillo. My goal was to trigger as much back row as I could before before going into my fusions. He's able to attack into my Wyvern and then destroy my other Wyvern with the Murmillo yet again. And finally I pick up a warrior monster, my Swift Gaia Knight. So I can summon my Red Eyes Slash Dragon, go for the attack. And we see Divine Wrath out of nowhere. But I guess it works in the mirror match for Gladiator Beast. And then we see the enemy controller on the Wyvern, and that's completely fine. Now I could have used my Wyvern's effect on the grave because I hadn't summoned anything, but because I had this in defense mode, they could easily attack into it and tag into another Murmillo. So instead I just left it in grave. That way when I only have a monster in attack position, Taya is not going to be able to run into it in order to tag out. And I pick up a Red Eye Spirit, which was super clutch. So now I'm able to use Wyvern's effect, summon my Red Eye Slash Dragon. We see the Super Rush, and that's completely fine. I can use my Red Eye Spirit. And from this on, the game goes in my favor. I pick up a second Swift Gaia, so I can go into a second Red Eye Slash Dragon. And at this point, there's literally no card he could draw to turn this duel around. 3000 attack, Red Eye Slash Dragon. My Wyvern is gonna get another Red Eyes onto the field just for the BM, because I knew I had game. And he tries to suicide, but Holy Guard prevents him from taking any damage. I thought that was hilarious. And then this last duel, it's a different kind of duel. This duel is gonna let you guys know, for those that wonder why I don't reach King of Games, this duel is exactly why I don't reach King of Games. We're going up against Meiko Tsunami, going second, and I wasn't sure what I was going up against. I saw the extra deck, the running balance, so I assume it was a Gladiator Beast. And my assumption is correct. We see the Dimakari right away, 2 face downs, Floodgate Trap Hole, and that's completely fine. A lot of times I'll do that. I'll summon a monster before fusion summoning. That way I can trigger those floodgates. Activate my Insight. So even if my Slash Dragon gets destroyed, I'll have a backup because of that Red Eye Spirit. Attack into the Dimakari, we see Super Rush. And unfortunately my Gaia is also a dark monster, so I can't attack into the Dimakari, but at least I get my Swift Gaia on the field. Fire Formation Gyoku off the top of the deck, I believe. I didn't actually look at that. But my Red Eye Spirit is now locked down. We see him tag into the Murmillo, destroy my Swift Gaia, and now I'm in a tough spot. I pick up a King of the Swamp, and I decide that it's worth going for the Buster Blader, the Destroyer, the Swordman Destroyer, something like that. Because that's gonna put my Wyvern in the graveyard, which was mainly what I wanted. That way I can summon my Red Eye Slash Dragon. I also get to do some pierce damage on that Murmillo, and he goes into a Gladiator Beast Laquari. And once again, off the top of the deck, we see Wall of Disruption with the Kunai with Chain. Kunai with Chain would have not been enough to get over my Buster Blader, but of course picked up the Wall of Disruption, and that's fine. I have my backup. I have my Red Eye Slash Dragon, so I'm able to deal with everything that he's throwing at me. At this point the duel is pretty much won. I just need to have enough damage on board to finish the game. I can't summon my Swift Gaia because I have Karibo in hand, so I have to rock out with my Red Eye Slash Dragon. And this is where the twist happens. So we see the enemy controller. I could easily negate that. I have 2 negations on board. The reason why I don't negate the enemy controller is because I wanted him to tag out into another Murmillo so that I could negate that instead. That way there will be nothing on the field and I could just attack for game. So that's what happens. He goes into the Murmillo. I negate the effect. Mind you, I mentioned this was my rank up to Legend 2. I negate the effect, securing my win. It goes to my turn and then I immediately lose to a time limit loss that came out of nowhere. My clock never went under 100 seconds and I literally lost my rank up match because Konami decided that I wouldn't rank up. So that sucked pretty bad, and I wanted to show you guys because it's stuff like that that makes me stop climbing and instead, you know, just play casually for fun. But yeah, here's my Red-Eye/Dragon deck. Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys like that new intro I added in there. Definitely let me know what you thought of it, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link's going to be down in the description, along with my PayPal link if you guys want to support my content, support my channel. Really appreciate that. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch so you can catch that stream tomorrow and don't miss any future streams. Till next time.